being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You guys have recently put the finishing touches on acquiring a company called Energy Connect. I wanted to get your insight on what this means for Johnson Controls and Energy Connect customers.
Thank you. Be happy to speak to that. For our customers, what this basically is going to mean is that we're going to be able to provide a better offering for our customers. We believe that bringing a combination of demand response and energy efficiency together will create a more optimal solution for our customers and give them the largest impact and control over their energy spend. For Johnson Controls specifically, we feel this helps fill a gap in our offering. We currently didn't have an offering within demand response, and we wanted to be able to bring that to our customers, and Energy Connect and their Grid Connect platform really helps fill that gap.
And what is the value add, or really the competitive advantage that the Energy Connect business provides to their existing client base and what you'll ultimately be integrating to your existing client base?
Can you repeat the question for me? The first part I didn't quite understand.
What's the big competitive advantage? I mean, demand response is a fairly generic term. So what solution do they bring to the table that really enticed you guys to want to bring this in-house?
Oh, great. The aspects that got us excited about Energy Connect really revolves around their platform. Their Grid Connect platform is how they refer to it when out in the marketplace, has three main functionalities associated with it. It has a capacity program element to it, economic, and an ancillary services. And the economic and the ancillary services aspect of their Grid Connect platform was really the item that was very attractive to us, because that starts to head in a direction that we want to move in terms of making buildings be able to respond to price signals, price responsive demand response, and then also higher value demand response applications like ancillary services, and getting buildings to respond under a quicker time frame to stimuluses or signals from the grid within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or even seconds for regulation services. And we felt that Energy Connect was heading down that path and developing software applications to be able to do that and perfecting that. And that ties very much with some of the types of things that we want to do in terms of integrating that functionality into our building automation systems so that buildings can respond to grid stimuluses on a much more regular and routine basis.
You know, I'm hopeful that you will agree with me that we're in the very early stages of really integrating demand response solutions into the existing U.S. infrastructure. Buildings currently really are not that smart at all, and it will take some time to make these buildings really react real time with pricing and other pieces of equipment that are in the facility. It looks to us like an acquisition like this is to really to get the expertise and the assets in play. How long do you think it's going to take before this solution, these types of processes, this operational strategy starts to become mainstream? We're going to see this become real, mainstream in 5 or 10 years, or is this more of a 20-year play when the market starts to saturate?
It's going to be much sooner than 20 years. I think in 5 years we will start to see very active participation by buildings with the grid and the grid infrastructure. The market constructs are there in many of the locations within the mid-Atlantic region of the United States. There's great market constructs to be able to take advantage of these types of opportunities, and it's really just a question of being able to start to get buildings and solutions that are out there that customers can take advantage of that. I expect in 5 years from now we'll have a very material amount of buildings that are doing price responsive demand, and then even higher level demand response services like ancillary services and regulation.
Fantastic. And are there certain industries or certain types of businesses that you have either experienced or feel that will latch on to demand response programs faster than other industries or businesses?
Well, anybody that's really got a large load obviously has more scale that they're able to leverage to do demand response and get more compensation and benefit associated with that. So anybody that's got a large load is certainly excited about demand response and wants to do demand response. The other aspect of it is buildings or industries that have some flexibility in how they can manage when they're using load, and that's the other big factor. And so Universities, right, generally very good candidates on the building side of things, right? They tend to have a lot of flexibility. But we're also seeing a lot of interest from office building space, commercial real estate as well. Within industries, any large industry that's using a lot of energy that's got a process that they can have some control over is obviously very excited about doing demand response. So people that are steel mills, people that are melting things using large amounts of electricity and have some latent thermal capacity in their operation, big opportunities for them.
Carol, this is my final question, and this is a personal question. I'm curious to know why you're in the business. Why does this industry interest you, and why are you doing what you're doing?
It's actually a really funny question. I'm not sure I've got a very good answer, but it's the real answer. I started working in the energy industry in the 90s, and one of the main things that excited me about the energy industry is the fact that I've always felt if we can decrease the cost of energy by a penny a kilowatt hour, the impact that would have on society is amazing, right? I mean, just the multiplicative impact of making it cost less to operate buildings, cost less to manufacture goods is a huge positive impact for everybody. And from a demand response point of view, I feel the same way about that. I feel the same way about if buildings become more of an integral part of the grid, we basically are taking that demand side of the equation and providing it a lot more flexibility. And if I'm going to steal an economic term, making that demand curve a little bit more elastic really helps lower the cost, lower the amount that we actually have to invest in T&D and new power plants, and that lowers the cost for everybody, lowers the carbon impact on society, and it's a net benefit for everybody.